to Boru Nation. This is much different than my usual setup, so I really, really hope that like the audio quality turns out okay. I'm keeping an eye on the mixer to make sure that the mic audio and the music, which is not copyrighted, which should then hopefully, mean that I don't get DMCA struck. I'm trying to keep them in balance so that you can hear me clearly when I speak, but so that you have the pleasant music in the background. DMCA struck. I'm trying to keep them in balance so that you can hear me clearly when I speak. Apparently you can't so that you have the pleasant music in the background. Oh, the Night 257, welcome! Thank you so much for the sub! Okay, I'm gonna rely on the Night 257. If you're okay with this, I would really like to rely on you for just a second to help me make sure that I get this audio balance right. Oh, 23 months. Happy Saturday. Hello, happy Saturday, says the Night 257. And what a glorious Saturday it was. Look, this is my hot cocoa mug for the day. I drink it as I am a classy man. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy you're here. It is just an absolute delight to see you today. I'm prepping for another video shoot, trying to get another YouTube video out, and right, we've learned that in order to get the YouTube videos out, I need to look pretty, and I need to make my head less shiny. And, honestly, there's not much of a glare right now, which is good. This is a freshly shorn head. I just shaved it right before I showered. I trimmed up the beard. I cleaned up this little area right here. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to see if I could... Can I flip the camera across the Y-axis? Because that would be delightful. Effects? Oh, it apparently can... My camera apparently has the ability to auto-apply makeup. Let's see what this looks like. It is definitely changing the color tone of my face every time I click one of these buttons. Oh, I can increase the intensity. Ooh. Eh? Okay, looking at that, it feels a little strange. Also, I feel like my eyebrows, or not my eyelashes became way more pronounced with that. Yeah, holy crap! Do you see that difference? Oh my gosh. Okay, look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes now. What in the world? Wow. And it's like tracking my face. This is insane. I didn't know my camera could do this. What is... Do you see how much my eyes are popping right now? This is insane. What is happening? Oh, all right. All right. This one is not nearly as pronounced with the eyebrows. Wow. What about this? All right. I don't think it knows what to do with my beard. I think it's like looking at my face like, bro, I don't know what you want me to do here. Okay. Zoom. Other settings. Ah, here we go. Horizontal flip. Perfect. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this might be a little disorienting for you because it's going to be flipped from the normal view. But for me, as I'm doing makeup, I'm using my monitor essentially to like make sure that I'm getting things in the right place. And so now it works like a mirror for me where when I'm going like this, I can like it visually connects, right? This is, yeah, it's the right is on the right and the left is on the left and life is working out. So do you have hot chocolate to bring today? A lot of really pretty girls do coffee and makeup streams. And so this is a bit of a parody of that. Plus, it's just a good time. Honestly, like... My mic is... Okay, is it getting static when I get too loud? Or is it static when I'm too... It's probably when I'm too loud. So let me turn down the gain control just a little bit. Back up just a little bit. I was probably getting a little bit excited. I cannot express to you how much I appreciate that feedback, because the last time I did a coffee and makeup stream, my my mic quality was just trash. And so when I went to make VODs of it, because I thought it was a really good streaming session, I couldn't bring myself to do it just because the audio was so bad.
Being the hero.
Like
There is no higher calling.
it was so bad.
Being the hero. There is no higher calling.
Don't care about that.
Serving people in the streets.
Except the cookies. Beautiful. Randomly getting staticky. Hopefully it's getting less staticky now. I'm also, I also need to, right now I've got it passing through a device called a Focusrite Solo, which is, it's an audio device that like monitors the gain control. I've got like a physical knob now, that makes it much easier and much more precise for me to control the mic audio. But apparently if I pass it through an equalizer as well, it just gives me like even more control and becomes even better. So that's something that I'll be looking for in the future, but not necessarily right now. But the new microphone is supposed to be warmer toned. It definitely. Thank you. I hope that your food becomes delicious. I suppose the only way to begin is by beginning, so we may as well get this underway. I have an appointment with the sister missionaries at 1 my time. So, and I believe last time I did the makeup, it took me just over an hour and a half. We'll see how long this session takes. But here we go. Okay, I've washed my hands. I now need to apply the pre-makeup sunscreen. So what we have here is an item called Super Goop Matte Sunscreen. Pretty much everything in my makeup collection is matte because, once again, the goal is to make my head less shiny. And everything matte makes it less shiny, and I believe everything like glossy finish is what makes your head sparkle and shine. And sparkle and shine is not what I need this morning. Okay, so I take this really weird looking Super Goop and I just start rubbing it in. Okay, it's really weird that my brain is noticing like the time delay, right? For like the few milliseconds it takes the video to process. But it's like, hey bro, this isn't acting like a real mirror. All right, we're gonna leave a little dab of it up there for now. And then we're gonna rub it in. Static is still happening. Okay, yeah, it's definitely because I'm getting too loud. I'm going to... Maybe it's just my own ability to control my voice that's a problem. Or maybe I'm just too obsessed with my voice being as loud as possible. And so I keep turning the gain control up, hoping... Yeah, because I'm also really worried about, like, the mic just dropping out, right? There's two problems with microphone audio quality. If the gain control is too low, then I risk dropping out, right? Meaning that like the sound will just randomly cut out, and in the middle of a sentence, you will no longer be able to hear what I'm saying. And if the gain control is too high, as we've been experiencing on the stream, it ends up like crackling the sound, making the sound staticky. Neither of which is good, right? Neither of which is what we want. And finding the balance is the best thing to do. The problem here, on my end, is that I'm paranoid at both ends of the spectrum. Audio cable being interesting. It is a very big audio cable. I don't think it's, I hope it's not being moved. Something's moving it without me being able to tell. Matte sunscreen, and then we'll move on to step number 2. I wonder. I'll like keep an eye out for like if things are randomly shifting on my desk or anything like that. Just here for games, it doesn't. It does seem movement related. Interesting. Interesting. Also, just here for games, I love that your name is just here for games and that there aren't games on stream today. Like that tickles me. That tickles me a little bit. I guess maybe we could play some sort of game at some point. But right now it's just putting on makeup. Movement related. I wonder if it's like just me moving in and out of the microphone range, or if it's like me leaning weirdly on my chair. There's so many, like the audio, like I've been trying to nail this audio quality stuff for now I'm very glad. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been turning the gain control down over and over again. Because I'm like, okay, in order to avoid the high staticky ranges, I've got to make sure that the gain control is a little bit lower. So I'll turn the gain control back up. Hopefully that helps. Staticky related to movement. Interesting. Maybe if I stabilize the cable itself? Alright, I'm going to unplug the microphone, do some real quick adjustments with the cable. We'll see if that helps at all. Okay, I have tightly wound the XLR cable around the arm of the boom, and I'm hoping that'll keep the cable much more stable. Hopefully that'll eliminate any movement-based static noise. Also, I suppose if I can find out a way to like exactly replicate the noise and make it happen intentionally, then I would know exactly what's causing the problem. Ooh, also, I wonder, like, so right now... Okay, actually, you know what? I think I might have another potential solution to this. If So I had music playing through my speakers, and it may have been that, like, it was picking up residual noise. We did do games last night, just here for games. And they were wonderful. Hopefully, your trip goes well and safely today. Yeah, my chatbot, every time somebody just says the word night, hits them a good night. Which, at the time when I wrote this, like the command for that, it made sense. I was like, oh yeah, this will never go wrong. And then I realized that we use the word night a lot more often than just to say goodnight. Okay, I've applied the matte sunscreen. Wait a couple minutes to let the sunscreen set. I mean, like, we've done that. We've done some microphone troubleshooting. We chatted about last night. I posted some pictures. I posted pictures on the Instagram account of the game night last night because it was just such a delight. And I got told I have a friend, she lives in Monterrey, Mexico, and she was like, the Sonoran hot dog looks so good. I was like, right? At the airport now. Jeez. I'm glad you made it on time. I was a little worried to ask, like, uh-oh, hopefully you're not, like, still at home waiting to leave, because from what I understand, the flight's be getting out soon. Yeah, so, what, do you enjoy flights? I enjoy flights a lot. I have a friend who used to work in United, and he just, like, sold me, I have, like, a love of flying. My last flight, no, not my last flight, but there was a flight back in February. I was coming back from a 4 when I blacked out on the airplane, and that was an unusual experience. Let me tell you what. Definitely not ideal. Please don't black out on airplanes. It's not what you're supposed to do. But whenever I have really low blood pressure, I pass out. So my airport, my blood pressure plummeted while we were in the air. Music is a little too loud. That's easy. jumped up a lot. Why would you do this to me? Music. Okay, that should be more reasonable. Yeah, traveling is the best. You get to go, you get to visit friends, you get to visit family. Oh, actually, you know what? The Night 257 and Just Here for Gaming, or Just Here for Games, you probably like don't know that you know each other, but you know each other. I have pictures with both of you in the same picture. We all played board games together on the cruise. Now apply the concealer. Okay, which of you is this the concealer? This is powder foundation. This is blush. I know that blush is not the thing that I need to be putting on right now. Is this concealer? Aha! I have located the concealer. This is my concealer. Hold it up for the camera to see. See if the camera... There we go. That seems to be better. Ba-ba-ba. I have Bear Pro All Over Skin Perfecting Matte Concealer. Now, use the short fat brush to rub it in with circular motions. Okay. I will now grab the short fat brush. This... Ah! Whoa! This is the short fat brush that I use to rub in the concealer with short fat circular motions. Yeah. It is fun. It is always fun to like reconnect with old friends. And board games are also just always fun. I'm really sad that you're not going to be on the Dice Tower cruise next year. The Night 257 won't be there either. He has other things he needs to spend his vacation days on. So if I remember correctly, I'm supposed to just put like little dabs of this concealer in these 3 key locations. Like so. And then, with short circular motions, kind of spread it all over. Like so. Gotta get it up the nose, I think. I've got to get it out to the sides, and I've got to get it down all the way to the beard level so that there's an even coloring across my face. Yeah, let's see. So oh yeah, he was there. So the Night 257 played Rivers of Gold with us. The Night 257, I don't know if you remember Rivers of Gold or the people that we played with, but they're here on stream with us today. And they were here in San Antonio this week. And I got to play board games with them. And I got to meet some of their family. And I got to meet their grand dog. Oh my gosh, that dog was so fluffy. Oh my gosh, I love that dog. I love dogs in general. And, yeah. Their dog is just absolutely delightful. So did you guys choose this past week just because it was General Conference Week? Or was there something special about this week? Was it someone's birthday? I suppose I should have asked that last night. I was just too excited about the board games. And the dog. Okay. Yeah, this is applying quite nicely. I still feel like it's a little too centered on my forehead. I'd like to get it spread out a little bit more up here. Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, me and dogs, we just get along. We understand each other. And so whenever I meet a dog, I'm like, oh, we're best friends now. That is okay. PGA Tour. Ah, okay. Yeah, the 1957. You don't have to be sorry about cooking and mostly listening. I'm, again, just super delighted that you're here. Hopefully you enjoy my stories. I'm gonna try and be entertaining even while you cook. So did you guys go to any live events, any live PGA events, or live PGA events? Or is it mostly just to be able to watch PGA with family? Okay. Next, use the actual mat with the swirl brush. Full flawless face fluffy brush. Aha! Alright, I'm supposed to use this full flawless face. Holy crap. Full flawless face fluffy brush in order to apply the next step of makeup. Fluffy. Just like the puppy yesterday. And it says... use the actual mat. The actual mat. Ah, okay. So this is my actual mat. Bare Minerals mat. Oh, right. Okay, so what I remember is I'm supposed to shake this a little bit, and then some powder is going to come up to like this top little step. Yeah, so let's see if I can show this on camera. So there's like this platform up here, and when I shake it, some of the powder comes up from the base. And this is to prevent me from getting too much, because I don't need much for this to work well. Stephen Eric to the Valero Texas Open. Oh, that's so exciting. That's so wonderful. Did they get 4 t-shirts while they were there? Or did they get any t-shirts? Use a tapping motion when applying. Okay. I think I'm supposed to apply this all over. Oh, yep, I remember this brush. The feeling of this brush, I remember. This is supposed to really help dampen that top of the head glare that you see. So what were you doing that day? Are you not as large of a fan of PGA as they are? Which is understandable. Hot chocolate. Makes the world go round. So maybe applying this a little too thick. I may have put too much of this on. This is supposed to go everywhere. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, but going to any event, live events are so fun. I remember the first time I ever went to a live concert and how much wonder and awe like I had at the time. It was amazing. I went the first concert I ever saw, and this is going to seem really nerdy because and that makes sense because I'm a huge nerd. But the first concert I ever went to was a performance of the National Chinese Symphonic Orchestra. And they had a prodigious violin player who, they featured all evening, and he was just delightful. He was so good. I remember buying the CD of the performance, and it was amazing. It was just an amazing experience. And Steve got a polo shirt, and Eric got a water bottle. Michaela and conference is an excellent way to spend your time. I loved this past conference. I made some queso con carne. Oh, that's right. And we were all, we should have watched conference together. Especially, if it was just you and Michaela, if Steve and Eric abandoned you, I could have been there for you. Yeah, so I made some queso con carne, which was delicious. It's funny, right? So in my family, my mother, there are a few conference snacks that my mom used to always make when we were watching conference when I was growing up, and so I have learned how to make them. And so every time conference rolls around, I'm like, ooh, I get to eat some of my favorite foods, right? Also, just one polo is weak. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm now supposed to apply my blush with what is called the grandma brush. So this is the grandma brush. And this is my blush. Woo! Bare Minerals blush. I got mostly Bare Minerals products because I was told by my makeup teacher that it would be much better for my very, very sensitive skin. Because my skin is, in fact, very sensitive. And so, yeah. Okay. Also, I'm hoping that there's been much less static. And if it's true that, like, wrapping the XLR cable the way that I did has prevented the static... Oh, you know what? I bet that actually makes a lot of sense. That you said it was movement-related, and I wound it up tightly to prevent the movement. At first, I was like, why would it be moving? But then I realized I had kind of just let the cable be hanging. And so it was probably, like, swaying back and forth, rubbing lightly against, like, my monitor, stuff like that. Like, just really small stuff. But because it's such a sensitive microphone, obviously that's going to come through and make a big difference. Wow. Y'all are just geniuses. Just audio investigative geniuses. I really appreciate you. Alright, so the blush, I'm supposed to make upward swiping motions on my cheekbones with the grandma brush. So, here we go. Upward swiping motions. Yeah, actually that looks pretty good. So what it's supposed to do is, because of the concealer and the matte, right, which kind of monotoned out my face, it's supposed to like spread an even foundation across my entire face of color. And so what ends up happening is if I don't do anything, I just end up with like this very monotone, almost unrealistic face that you're like, whoa, you look at my face and you're like, that's not right. Something there is not right. And so the blush is supposed to essentially break up these pockets of color, of monochrome, with a nice, healthy, living color. So that I don't seem some monochrome demon. Yeah. There we go. And it's supposed to be thickest right at the base of my cheekbone. Uh-oh. We may have gone a little too thick over here. See if we can get that spread out. Or at least even it out on the other side. Alright, looking directly at the... Alright, if I'm directly in the light, how does it look? Yeah, it's definitely a little thick over here. Oh, sorry about that. That was an unintentional vulgar gesture. That was not the goal. Okay. Alright, we got some water right here. I'm going to put just a little dab of water on my finger. Just a little bit. Okay, perfect. I think I'm just going to have to live with this. Also, my lips look so red right now. I don't know if they've looked this red the entire stream, but what is happening? I don't have the makeup filter on the camera anymore, I promise. Okay, so blush applied. I feel like if I add more blush, it's just going to get worse. So I'm not super happy with the way I did the blush today, but we're going to be done with the blush. Okay, next step. Bare Mineral Brown Pencil Eyeliner. Follow your hair when using. Okay, which one is this? Mineralist, Micro Definition. Okay, where's the other? I've got two. Okay. Elf No Budge Retractable Eyeliner. Alright, so eyeliner is the next step. Eyeliner is the next step. So when I pull this out, it looks like a little colored pencil to me. Camera. Okay. It looks like a little colored pencil. And so essentially what I'm supposed to do is, in order to like thicken or color my eyebrows, I'm supposed to make light sweeping motions in the center of my eyebrow that follow my hair. And it's just supposed to provide some extra definition for the eyebrows. So right here towards the center. Oh, jeez. That may have been way too much right there. Okay. Towards the center of my face, it goes upwards, and then follows like my eyebrows as it travels outwards. Wah. Wah. Good. Okay. Is this a good angle for this? I do not know. I'm not very good at this. This is the second time I've ever done it. Follow the eyebrow hair. Follow the eyebrow hair. It shouldn't be that hard. Okay. They are very prominent. My eyebrows are very prominent to begin with. Okay. Alright. And as with all makeup, I think less is more. So we're going to go ahead and toss that back in there. Follow the hairs, then use the eyebrow brush to help blend. Eyebrow brush? Oh, I know exactly what it's talking about. Alright, I have to run away from camera for like 10 seconds. I will be right back. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much. Okay. This thing, it's called an eyebrow brush, I believe. And then I'm supposed to just like floof. Ow! Ow. Floof the eyebrows. And again, I think I'm supposed to follow the direction of the eyebrows. Does it say? Then use the eyebrow brush to help blend color and keep it looking natural. Yes, okay. Is this... Do my eyebrows look natural? Do they look wonderful? Are they floofy? I think they're supposed to look floofy. Oh, yes. Perfect. Look at those eyebrows. They're quite eyebrowy. Are they floofy enough? Floof. Faloof. I don't really know what eyebrows are supposed to look like. Every time a woman chooses to comment on my eyebrows, they all have the same thought. They all tell me the same thing. That my eyebrows are hella thick and very big. This is a very trimmed down version of my eyebrows. And when I say very, I mean like a lot. They are... My friend spent like an hour and a half plucking my eyebrows, which I think brought her... Like, it's funny too, because the whole experience reminded me a lot of my sister, who... once we entered like adult life, actually I think even when we were in high school together, she would be like, Brian, I need to pluck your eyebrows. And I'd be like, okay, I guess. And then she would just sit there, and it would bring her no end of joy and mirth. She would just pluck and pluck and pluck and just be like, oh, this is perfect. This is amazing. And I honestly, Other than the fact that this gap right here is much bigger, like, can't notice a difference. I don't know what I'm looking at. I honestly, I don't pay enough attention to my own eyebrows to know, like, oh, like, this is what my eyebrows look like when they're good, and this is what they look like when they're not good. I don't know how to maintain my own eyebrows. That's what I'm trying to say here, is that there are, thankfully, some wonderful people in my life who are willing to maintain them for me, or at least tell me when they need maintained. And that's the only attention my eyebrows get, because they get none from me. I look at my face every day, and never, ever, ever does it consciously register whether or not my eyebrows look good. I don't know what good. I also, like, I don't know, when I look at other women, or like when I look at women, or when I look at other guys, I'm not like, wow, those eyebrows are not a thing I notice. Unless they're painted on, and then I'm like, that looks unnatural and slightly terrifying. That's all I've got for you. That's all I've got in the eyebrow department. The only thing I can tell is if they are completely fake, like literally drawn on completely with a pencil, and that's it. And if your eyebrows aren't drawn on completely by pencil, I'm just like, well, you have eyebrows. There you go. All right, that's a thing. That's a thing that exists. Yep. Okay. Next step in the makeup application process. Then use the eyebrow brush. Oh, we did that. Start in the middle when using the eyeliner. Okay, we did that. Wait, did I skip a step? Right? Oh. It is a really good thing that I have such a good friend. It's funny too, because a little bit, right? That comment means like, hey Brian, I've seen you when you weren't taking care of your eyebrows and you needed help. That's the message that I just got. Which is fair. That's totally fair. Oh, okay. Start in the middle when using the eyeliner. So I use the eyebrow brush. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. I used the wrong thing. Oh no. This is the eyebrow. This is the eyebrow pencil. Oh no. I don't know how much of a difference that makes. This is the eyebrow pencil, and I know because it has an eyebrow brush on the other side. Ah! Oh no! Floof! Floof! Floof for all you're worth! Oh no, that doesn't look natural, I think. I don't know what natural looks like. Okay. Okay, so, whoops. I accidentally put eyeliner in my eyebrow, and I don't know how bad that is. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. They are very similar in color and shape, and they get applied to pretty similar areas. So, I'm supposed to use the eyeliner on my eye. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. I'm supposed to start in the middle, and I believe this is only on the top lid, and I'm supposed to go out. Wait. Taper it when applying, going towards the nose. I don't remember the eyeliner going towards my nose at all. Start here. A very light touch is required. I can't even tell if it's going on my eye. Oh, there. Okay, I see it. Did it work? Do my eyes look lined? I have one on this eye and none on this eye. Can I? Oh, I can a little bit tell the difference. Probably just the same thing. Just a marketing ploy to get me to buy two. That's quite possible. The pencil heads are in different shapes, but they really both do just look like brown colored pencils to me. Like, my friend said that it was important to have both, so I got both. Thankfully, they were both tax deductible since I bought them for the stream. Alright. I'm a little bit quieter as I'm applying this because I'm poking something into my eye, and that's a little bit scary. Okay, that looks so bad. How did it end up so terribly over here? Okay, that's probably okay. I don't. Not 100% on that. But I'm pretty sure that's how I'm supposed to apply eyeliner. I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to line my... Oh, I think I need to go like this. Get a little bit towards the center of my nose. Okay. Alright. Okay, I can live with this. I can live with this. Okay. Last step. Use the poof with the translucent veil to pat everything in. Okay, so this is the last step that has the most noticeable effect on this very less shiny spot right here that you see. Right? You see how shiny it is now? It was way shinier at the beginning of the stream. It is now only moderately shiny. And the last step to curing the shiningness is I take... Oh, right. Okay, I'm sorry. Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. And if you open it up, it looks like this. But then, if you open up this secret compartment, there is a poof. This is called a poof. And, okay, close. The poof has been extracted. Open. And now I dab the poof lightly in the translucent mineral veil. And then I poof all over my head. Poof. Yes. Beautiful application of the poof. And this is supposed to be invisible. You're not supposed to be able to notice that this is on my head, but it will make my head less shiny. As I furiously apply the poof. Or, well, the mineral veil with the poof. I'm using the poof. Dabble, dabble, dabble. Poof. Because it's translucent, I have no idea if I'm applying too much or too little. I'm mostly just trying to gauge how glaring my head is. And it does seem to have evened out, right? It does seem like there's no... So, like, the big problem of shooting the videos is that, like, there becomes, like, a single point of my head. It's like those parabolic mirrors, right? Where, like, my head manages to get all of the light to shine off of a single point of brightness. And all of this makeup just helps me even it out. So that there's no single glaring bright spot on my head. And instead, we just have big, beautiful bright. So, we will now place the poof back into its secret compartment. Close. And it says, especially use on your head to avoid the shininess. So, this has been Cocao and Makeup Stream 2, the Re-Cocaoning. There's probably a better way to pronounce that. Here at the Boru Nation. I am off to finish prepping for the Mezzin How to Play video. I still have to finish writing the script, and then I have a lot of cleaning to do. But this was the time that I wanted to do the makeup stream. This was the time that I knew it was going to go over best. Kind of in the middle of my rhythm, getting started for that portion of the day. Super excited about it. Thank you so much for stopping by. You were here the perfect amount of time. Please travel safe. Let me know when you get back home. And I very much appreciate you being here today and getting to see you and play games with you last night. I hope we find another opportunity to meet up this year. And like I said, I'll be looking at opportunities to visit my sister so that we can meet once more. And with that, we are going to go ahead and end the makeup stream for today. Again, thank you everyone so much for being here. There will be more segments like this in the future. They will happen on Saturdays when I'm shooting videos, and possibly on Sundays when I have to shoot videos as well. All of you have a wonderful, wonderful day.